Yeah, Why the Last Man is a really great story. I've read story in its entirety, so I won't spoil anything for you or for anybody that might be listening. But Brian K. Vaughan is the author, and he is killer at what he does. I like his stories. I believe Pia Guerra is the artist.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So it's a really interesting story. Tell 'em about the general concept and what you think.
Yeah, so in pretty early in the story, there's this, we don't really know, but it's kind of like a virus or something, and it ends up killing all of the men on Earth. And we don't really know why. However, and it's of every species, human, every animal, and all that. So all the men just randomly die. And the main character, Ulrich, is
I've been saying Yorick
Yorick.
just for the sake because I know I'm gonna hear you
Yeah,
say it.
that's right. I guess in my head, that's just how I say it. I'm not good with names.
It's Shakespearean, so I don't know the correct pronunciation. That's just
How do you say it?
Yorick.
Yorick?
Yorick Brown.
All right, we'll go with that. He's the last man, and his monkey is also a male that survived whatever this is that killed all the
Yeah,
men.
Yorick has a capuchin monkey in the beginning of the story, and it, without giving away too much, kind of goes on from there into the adventures of being the last man, and the the story has a lot of twists and turns that you've yet to reach, but it it tackles a lot of concepts. I mean, it tackles a lot of concepts about the world without men and about what
Yeah.
it's like to be a woman, and also just this giant disaster. I remember one panel in the beginning where they talk about how the majority of pilots were men, and basically all the planes started dropping out of the sky. So there's death on this massive scale.
Not only like pilots and stuff, but politicians and all these people that were basically running governments of these countries are gone.
It addresses the disparity in certain professions that is like glaringly apparent and would be glaringly apparent if all the men dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
That just kind of the way the world works, whether, you know, definitely could be viewed as a bad thing, is that certain jobs in certain fields and certain roles are predominantly taken by men.
Yeah, and so he is a escape artist. So that's kind of prevalent throughout the story so far. And then something else, another storyline that's kind of being explored a little bit without spoiling anything, is that his girlfriend is in Australia
Beth.
and he is in the United States. So he's kind of on a bunch of other side missions, if you will, basically trying to figure out what happened. But then his ultimate goal kind of seems to be trying to get to his girlfriend, at least as of right now.
Yeah, so this show or this comic has a TV show. I believe it's on Amazon Prime. It has one season and it's already been canceled before.
Have you seen any of it?
No, I haven't seen any of it, but I do want to tell people if they're listening that if you watch that show, if you like that show and you want to scratch that itch and know what happens next, there's always the comics. You can always read it. So it's out there if you want to get more of that story, if you were interested in it and it got canceled. I don't have an opinion on the show. I'd like to watch the season, but it's hard to convince yourself to watch something you know that is doomed to not have another season.